Testing 1, testing 2. Have you ever tried to develop an early morning routine to wake up before 6 or 7 a.m. every day? For much of my journey, this was one habit that I couldn't get to stick consistently, but recently, I figured it out. But first, my podcasts are brought to you advertisement-free by a small group of Amazon warriors, I like to call you guys. What I mean is, I have recently partnered with Amazon to put together lists of things I use on a daily basis to live the heart-healthy hustle lifestyle. One of these lists includes a compilation of all the books that past guests have recommended. Absolutely free to access this. I put the link in the description below. Anything you buy on Amazon through clicking my link will give me a very small commission, and that helps to keep this show advertisement free. Back into the habits. When I started waking up at 7 a.m. consistently, I found out that I could get more done by 11 than I normally did in an entire day. I was less stressed, and by day's end, I could either relax or spend time with the people I care about. These are some of the things that I have found help me rise before 7 a.m. You need to understand why you want or need to make this change. When you understand the benefits you'll receive from it, it becomes much easier to make a habit stick. It all starts the night before. Begin looking forward to waking up the next day, but not just at a high energy type of thing. Put together a plan for your next day. I needed to put together a to-do list that gives me steps 1, 2, and 3. I'm talking about, why am I waking up early? Is it because I want to build a website, write a book? Whatever it is, know exactly what you want to do. Figuring out why is going to help motivate you in the morning. Figuring out my to-do list for the following day usually happens for me over a weekend at the beginning of a month. I'll spend about an hour on a Sunday afternoon preparing my month on a large calendar. You can get them for like $3. I then place that calendar after planning my month out over my desk in my office. I take that as my month's blueprint. I then take time to put day-to-day specific tasks and events into my daily planner, which sits directly on top of my desk at all times. If I didn't take time to do this all at once, in other words, plan out my whole month blueprint at one sitting, it likely wouldn't get done. For example, I have an idea, I have a grasp on what my month is going to look like. Understanding your purpose for waking up early will really help you. When I realized that I really enjoyed waking up early because it gave me an opportunity to invest in my projects and myself exclusively, I found it so much easier to rip myself out of bed without hitting snooze 5 times. The first thing I do in terms of alarms is set 3. 3 alarms. I use an app called Sleep Cycle, which supposedly monitors your REM cycles of sleep and your wake time during the night. You can try it for free. It's available on the App Store. My main alarm, though, the thing that makes me cringe just thinking about it, is a physical twin bell old school alarm clock that is physically so loud that if I don't immediately jump out of bed to turn it the heck off, I am scared I'll literally wake up everyone in my house, let alone genuinely hurt my ears. For the sake of this episode, I'll just refer to that clock as the Beast. So I position the Beast just about 1.5 yards from my bed. To avoid being jolted aggressively from my sleep every morning, I use a standard iPhone alarm to go off just a few minutes before the Beast. This allows me to get up without adrenaline. I also know that once I hear the soft, soothing iPhone alarm, the foreshadowing that the Beast is coming just 3 minutes later, so I might as well just get up now. If you're lucky, Sleep Cycle, the app I mentioned just a moment ago, will wake you up when you're not in a deep sleep. So you actually feel more rested and ready to just get out of bed when you hear that soothing alarm start going off. You just have to set a window that you're willing to have it go off on. They allow you a window. If you're going to get up between 6:30 and 7, it may go off right at 6:30, but it may go off right around 6:45, anytime within that 30-minute window. That said, I don't rely on Sleep Cycle. It's just a fun tool to track my quality of sleep. Last but not least, I recently started using my Google Nest to play white noise for about 1.5 hours, and it will fade out automatically. Hey Google, play white noise for 1.5 hours.
I looked for 1.5 hours and it will fade out automatically, but it either isn't available.
Hey Google, stop. This is great to buffer against anyone else in your house who happens to be making noise after you've drifted off to sleep. The second thing that I do, I'll have a bottle or a glass of water across the room so that when I wake up, the first thing I do is gulp down as much as I can. This helps wake you up, accomplish a task, and increase your health immediately upon waking up. It's a great way to start your morning. I then make sure my bed is made neatly. This takes less than 10 seconds. If you're not doing this, I highly recommend you try. It trains your brain to respect your bed and your sleeping space and to see it as a safe, clean place to rest at the end of a long day. Now, this next step is really important and crucial in order to wake up continuously in the long run and build a habit out of it. The idea is that you wake up at the same exact time every day and go to bed when you're tired, although you'll feel even more energized if you can be disciplined enough to shut your tech down and just go to bed at the same time each night as well. You want to make sure you're waking up at the exact same time every morning. In a perfect world, I might be able to do this every day in terms of going to bed at the same time each night, but it's really not feasible for most people given how days change so much from day to day. Waking up at the same time every day, no matter what, trains you to realize that staying up late really may not be so fun after all. It becomes a much more respected decision. Do I really want to stay up because I have to get up at 6 or 7 a.m.? If you don't get to bed until 11 or even 12 a.m., you're only going to get a short amount of sleep. Eventually, in a matter of days for me, what happens is you start to wire your brain neurologically to wake up at the same time every day. You will probably start to wake up before your alarm goes off. Those are the best days. Explain to your partner or roommates why you're waking up early. You want to follow through, be accountable, and you don't want to let yourself down. Try to rope in a friend who also wants to commit to waking up early. This will make it a lot easier to keep yourselves accountable and motivated on this habit building. Now the benefits. Benefits include far more than increased alertness. It includes reduced stress, memory health, and it helps your body repair itself and can even help you to increase your mood throughout the day. Additional things you can do to ensure you get high quality sleep include the following: wearing a comfortable eye mask, using a jelly earplug so it's soft and malleable, closing the blinds, and investing even in some blackout blinds that block out all light. And as I mentioned earlier, playing rain sound or white noise for about an hour to 2 hours that will fade out as you're asleep. I will make sure all of the little blue lights and bright little computer lights are all covered with gaff tape. So you can get this thick, dark black tape. I will use that and cover up little bright lights on the sides of my laptop, over my security camera, and all these different things that have really bright lights. Once the room is blacked out, you'll see your printer is blinking. All these little things that really do affect your sleep. Another thing you can do is try to keep the room cooler. In the winter, make sure the air isn't too dry by using a humidifier, and consider investing in a nice humidifying type of plant. Lowe's and Home Depot, they have plants for like $10, $13, well worth the investment. All these steps will help to make sure you get a full night's sleep and wake up actually being well rested. Sleep really is underestimated by most of us. For myself, I've noticed an immense increase in my overall mood. I have increased stamina and intensity in my exercising. I have much more mental clarity. Not to mention, you feel really proud of yourself for investing in your well-being, health, and your future. The last piece of advice I have for you is to keep this super simple. I would recommend building one habit at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself by taking on too many habits at once. This really should be a core or keystone habit you strive to live by, because it will have an amazing and beneficial effect on every other area of your life, including habit building itself. If you're tired, hazy, and lethargic all the time, it can be incredibly challenging to build new habits and actually stick to them. In his 8-time New York Times best-selling book, Atomic Habits, author James Clear explains that keystone habits have a connection to your identity. By taking action and steps towards the habits you want to embody, you are casting a literal vote for the type of person you want to be. Think about the long run. If you're able to adjust this one habit, How will your life look in 12 months? For anybody who's just got off of a motivational film or a seminar and you're jazzed up and you're addicted to that hustle mentality and that grind, try to not overdo it. Keep it super simple. Just go for this one keystone habit to start. If there's something that I didn't mention in this podcast that helps you to wake up early every day, I'd love to hear it down below in the comments or by emailing me directly. My email is jonathan@triplehpodcast.com. That's hhhpodcast.com. And of course, if you want to contribute and make sure that this podcast stays advertisement free, you can check out my Audible account and get yourself a free audiobook just for trying. Might I suggest Atomic Habits? If this isn't a good time for you to get a new book or purchase anything on Amazon, then please do not feel pressured to use my storefront link or even pick up a new book if you don't need one. The fact that you listen to my podcasts alone means so much to me. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Godspeed.